What's the deal on Amendment 2? In Amendment 2, what we see is an effort to privatize government functions. You may not see it that way, but this is the movement behind this proposed amendment. This is nothing new. It occurred throughout the South after desegregation was instituted. We simply started private schools and quit funding public schools. And what that meant was certain groups of people could go to the private schools because they could afford them and because they could be admitted to those schools. And other people couldn't afford them and they were sort of left out in the cold. And this is an effort among many other efforts, including attempting to privatize Social Security and privatize everything, everything you consume, basically. We want to privatize any public institution we can, because by privatization, what we can do is now control, we can own, and we can pull profits from it. Now, the situation in the Kentucky schools, the thing we're voting on this November, is a proposal to allow the legislature to provide funds to non-public institutions. It sounds innocuous enough. It's not everybody's in favor of better education for kids. We want that to happen, but there's a hidden agenda here that you need to be aware of. And I would offer these examples. Um, I like to play golf. I'm not a great golfer, but I like to play the game, and I play at public courses at Crescent Hill, Seneca, Cherokee, Shawnee. These are all the courses that I've played at. Now, occasionally, I'll play at a private course. Well, the private course costs a lot more, so I really would like for the Parks Department to pay part of my fee at that public course. I want to play golf. The city courses, the metro courses are really not as good as most of the private courses. So since I'm not going to play at the public courses anymore, I want my money to go to this private course instead, to country club or whatever it might be. Um, I also, I own property out in the out by the lake, and I really don't need public parks. I don't use them. So why should I pay for them? So if you're collecting money that's going to public parks, let me have my share back so I can apply that to the property that I go to, that is private property. Makes sense to me. I like to read, but I don't use public libraries. It's yeah, it's hard to get to them. I sometimes don't have the book that I want, and I have to, turn it back in after a certain number of days. So I buy my books, some of them online, some from the bookstore. So why should I support a public library? Give me my money back so I can buy books the way I want. If you see where I'm going with this, you can extend this into other areas as well. Um, the idea is these are public institutions, and the public has agreed to support these institutions because the general feeling, the consensus is that everybody should have the basic right to participate in parks and libraries and golf courses and schools. Now, if you choose not to, that's fine. You don't have to use the public facilities. But you shouldn't expect the public to pay for your private venture. It's not our responsibility to provide that. We're fulfilling our responsibility by making a public institution available to you. But nowhere have we agreed that we're going to pay for it on your terms. We pay for it on our terms. And if you don't want it, don't take it, don't use it, but don't expect us to pay your way.